but I'm also just enthusiastic about what Georgia has done and how they did it, right? Because if they'd have beat another team for the national championship, it'd have been great, and we'd celebrate it. But if you're Kirby Smart, if you're a Georgia Bulldog, you want Bama. You're holding the sign. You got it up. It says, we want Bama, because everybody would tell you, you didn't beat Nick Saban. You didn't beat Alabama. There's only been one assistant coach to beat Nick Saban as a head coach, and none of those dudes, Jimbo Fisher, have been on his Alabama staff. And Kirby Smart, who might be Nick Saban's best assistant coach ever, and quite frankly, his most loyal for the longest amount of time, felt like the guy that should do it. And he had an opportunity to do it 4 years ago. He had an opportunity to do it in 2020. He had an opportunity to do it in the SEC title game. No W's until tonight. And shout to him for the mindfulness of all of this, right? A lot of how football coaches go about their lives and how they recruit to their teams and how they talk about their programs is about language. It's about how they speak, not just to their players, but to us, right? When they're talking to members of the media. So when he's asked questions about, hey, do you feel any pressure to win a national championship? It's been 41 years. You were in the secondary as an all-SEC player the last time you felt like you had an opportunity as good as this one. And Kirby Smart said, look, that's not what I'm thinking about. It's just not how we work here. We're thinking about beating Alabama, right, with the next game. And to his credit, his kids tried to douse him with the Gatorade tub in the Orange Bowl for beating Michigan, and he would not allow it. No, sir. You do not get to celebrate winning a semifinal game. As the kids say, job's not done. And Georgia took that energy into this game, and it showed up and paid dividends in the second half. But I'm still impressed by all of the ways in which this went down. I mean, look, this could have gone bad. Christian Harris gets into your backfield, sacks you. It looked like an incomplete pass. It looked like, at the very least, fumbles out of bounds. And here comes Brian Branch just kind of scooping it up on his way out of bounds. I don't even think he knew that he recumbled the football in bounds. But the referees, there's a reason they're calling the national championship game, because they saw something everybody else did not. Everybody else looked at that and said, no, fumbled out of bounds, that's Georgia football. No, referee said, no, Alabama got that ball 1 foot in bounds. And they were right. And it felt like right then, right there, Nick Saban and Alabama were going to do what they were always going to do, right? No. Carson. Stetson Bennett shows up and says, I can still do this. I can still go get us a W. And that's exactly what he did. And then 54 seconds left, Keely Ringo seals it up. So I want to go back to this topic bar we had just a second ago. What does it mean for Georgia? It means you are one of the best teams in college football, if not the best team in college football going into next year. We'll talk about that a little bit. It also means that you ought to be here perennially, because we don't see this very often. The last time we saw something like this, it was Clemson, right? 2016 National Championship game. Perhaps Georgia has taken over that spot, and it'll be interesting to see how this goes in the offseason, because obviously Dan Lanning, defensive coordinator at Georgia, is going to be the new head coach at Oregon. He's going to have a national championship for his time at Georgia. What does Kirby Smart do? Does he elevate Glenn Schumann to that spot? Does he try to go get another coordinator? Does he go back to calling the defense? These are things I want to know. It's also, what do you do at quarterback? I think you got talent there, but do you trust any of those guys the way that you trusted Stetson Bennett, right? There's lots of questions that they have to answer, and I think they're in a great position to answer them all.
Wow. That's incredible.
Thanks for watching this video, and remember, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos on the #1 ranked show YouTube channel.